What you cannot tell me is that you do not smell good right now. I guarantee you that if you smell yourself right now, any part of your body, you're going to smell amazing. And y'all, I got a new perfume. I cannot wait to share that with you in the exquisite moment. It smells so good. I cannot wait to share that with y'all. Welcome to the Save the Good Girl podcast, everybody. I am your host, Erica E. And for those who do not know me, I need you to be in VIP. Okay? We do not do general admission here. Once you have entered this luxurious space, it has to continue. So once you go to savethegoodgirl.com and enter your email address, you are going to get beautifully crafted newsletters made by me. And I send about 2 or 3 per month. And in addition to the audio, y'all, I have the visuals for you. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, Pinterest. I am in all of those platforms. Be sure to see the visuals and also hear the visuals as well. So, y'all, have you ever been in a space where you feel like you've been accommodating so much? You've been very accommodating. But what about accommodating us? What about accommodating how we feel? What about accommodating our emotions? And sometimes it's not always going to be good. And I'm going to really be honest with y'all. I did not want to record today. Oh, yeah, no, I did not want to do it. So let's get into that and talk about why we need to really accommodate us a bit more. How are you? That question can be so loaded sometimes. When people ask me that, I'm like, do you want the long version or do you want the I'm good, I'm okay, life is life, I'm chilling version? Because I could give you both. We're going to get into why I wasn't the best earlier, but before we do, I'm going to give you guys the exquisite moment. So, the exquisite moment is where I take 5 minutes to detail all of the things or experiences that were exquisite for me this week. I always do this, but considering that I recently launched my lifestyle page on Instagram. So if you guys did not know, I do have a lifestyle page on Instagram called Exquisitely Erica. And this is where I discuss all things lifestyle, whether it's fragrances, restaurants, me going to the doctor and talking about health, candles, different crafty ideas, cooking, a lot of different things. Anything with lifestyle, literally with life, it's on there. So you guys can check it out. The visuals are really nice. I work really hard on it. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. I am going to have Exquisitely Erica on other platforms, but for right now, she is on Instagram. So you can check me out on there. So, y'all, currently right now, I am lighting up a coconut candle. My room smells amazing. The perfume that I'm wearing, I got from Marshall's from my international crew. Marshall's is a discounted store in the United States. And there is a company called Memoir Archives. Never heard of them before, but I saw that they had a discovery set and they had 4 different scents. And one of them that I really liked, well, I like all of them, to be honest with you. I really do love them all. But there's one called By the Sea. I believe I talked about this last week, but there's one called By the Sea. And the notes on that one, it's rose, magnolia, and lavender. And y'all, it smells so good. I am not a big fan of lavender as a perfume, but I don't know if it's like because it's mixed with rose and magnolia. I'm not sure, but oh my goodness, y'all. They really did a great job captivating that sea scent. It's very fresh and light and it smells amazing. It really, really does. This weekend, I went to the vineyards. So I am a part of a grief group that was supposed to be over within 6 weeks, but we still meet with each other every single week. And I suggested to them that we still do, in addition to meeting every week, we still do a quarterly meetup. So every season, we do a meetup. So for the fall, we're like, yes, let's do the vineyards. I thought that was a really great idea. One of the ladies suggested it, and I'm like, yes, let's do it. And it was a great time. Like, it was a really, really fun time. We took a bus to a farm. We got apple cider donuts, and then we went to 2 vineyards. One of them had like really great live music, and then we went to a cute town in Long Island called Greenport. We walked the town. There was a festival. We had lunch. It was a really nice day. It was a very full day, but it was beautiful. I had a great time just relaxing. I realized that I love soft events. I love soft experiences. I really do appreciate moments like that just to be still. And then I met up with one of my friends. I met up with her yesterday, actually, and we had some tea time. So we went to this really cute spot that serves really nice tea. Oh, the tea cups and the teapots were beautiful. Like they were so vintage. I loved it. It was really giving like afternoon tea. And then afterwards, we had gelato. In this place, they have gelato straight from Italy, y'all. It is so good. Like you can taste the difference when things are like organic. Like I can taste the coconut flakes, I can taste the chocolate. Like it was just delicious. It was so good. And I had a really great time with her, just talking, just being, just having fun, just being light. It's always good to be around great energy. And that's what she is. She's great energy. It was a fun time. It was great. And then I slept well. I was grateful to sleep well because if you don't sleep well, if you suffer with sleeping, you know how that could really affect you and it's just not good for you and for your health. So to have the opportunity to sleep well was really really great. So it was good. I'm not going to lie, these were some great things. And I feel like my exquisite moments are also a time for me to reflect on gratitude, right? Because I'm sharing these things with you guys, but ultimately, I'm wearing new perfume. I went to the vineyards. I saw my friends. I'm able to talk. I'm able to be. So it is a gratitude. It's a mixture of gratitude in there as well. But I really did have a great time. And if you guys have not already, please be sure to follow my lifestyle page, Exquisitely Erica. You won't be disappointed. What I really love about my page is that it's a mixture of a lot of things. It's not just about one thing. It's not just restaurants. It's not just fragrances. It's not just cooking. It's a mixture. So when I post, you really don't know what I'm going to post. It could be an experience. It could be a candle. It could be a perfume set. It could be cooking. It could be going to a coffee shop. Like it's very colorful and it's very different, and I wanted it to be like that. So I'm really excited about it. I'm really working hard on that as well. So y'all need to check that out. Check it out. It's really cute. And this perfume, y'all, Memoir Archives by the Sea. Please look it up. You won't be disappointed. If you like soft and like it's still like it's a strong scent. If you like that, you're going to love this. Oh my god, it smells so good. So y'all, I did have a nice couple of days. I cannot complain. However, today I was extremely emotional. I I think that sometimes we have so much in our minds and there's so many buckets, right? It's like the family bucket, the romance bucket, what's happening with my life bucket, the physical bucket, the spiritual bucket, the friendship bucket, um the family bucket, the financial bucket. Like there's so many different things that you can think about and they all require a different amount of attention. So I think when you think about everything all at once, it can become a bit cumbersome. And that's what happened to me today. I just felt very overwhelmed. And I was just sad for like many different reasons. And I just was not in a good space. I was not in a good mood. But I was trying to fight that because I'm like, listen, you're in a car, you're going to a store, you are smelling things, all of your senses work, like everything is going to be okay. I tried to fight, but in this particular moment, I just couldn't. I felt very, very off. And I wanted to accommodate that emotion, right? Before I went to the store, I started crying because I knew I had to record today. I am on a schedule. I want to make sure that I give you guys these episodes every week and until I, take a break. And of course, when I do, I'll let you guys know. But I have integrity to the show. I have integrity to the show. So I was crying because I felt very overwhelmed. I was very emotional. And I genuinely did not want to do this today. I really did not. You know, those days where you're like, I can't people today. I can't think today. I can't. I just wanted to go in my bed, curl up, and just be. But because I have a lot of things to do this week, there's a couple of things coming up. And because I need to be prepared, I'm like, I can't do that. So I had to accommodate, right? I had to accommodate my emotion and allocate the problem. And I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to what I mean by that. So I remember, right? A few weeks ago, I stayed at an Airbnb and the host was extremely accommodating. So I told him, our flight is going to land early. Do you mind if we check in early? Check in is usually at 3. We were going to get there for like 1 o'clock. And he said, sure. Then I asked him, well, can we leave a little later because our flight leaves at 8? So can we leave it later? He said, absolutely. Everything that I asked him, he was willing to accommodate. When something is being accommodated or if somebody accommodates you, what's really happening is a sense of ease. It's a sense of comfort, right? This is what happens when you're accommodated. So now I get to the airport, pick up the car, drive to the Airbnb, and I don't have to wait until 3 o'clock. I can settle in early. I can explore the house. I can take a shower. I can put my things down. That's what happens when things are accommodated. So I had to accommodate the fight. And the fight is the reason why I'm on this mic right now, because I'm telling you guys, 98% of me was not going to record. Okay. I just was not in the space, but I had to accommodate for the fight. I had to really prepare myself mentally to record. So when you think about the word accommodate, what does that mean to you? I was just mentioning comfort, I was mentioning, ease, but to accommodate, according to Merriam-Webster, is to provide with something desired, needed, or guided to fit in with your wishes. That's what accommodating means. To provide with something desired. When you're accommodating, you are accommodating what you want to fit in with the wishes. So, how can I fit in a fight? Right? How can I fit in a fight? So, here's what I had to do. I had to prepare myself mentally to get this done. And what that meant was I had to tell myself, Erica, when you get home, you are going to shower. You are going to shower. You are going to put your body butter on, put some perfume on. You are going to drink some water because I was dehydrated. You are going to do your laundry. When you're done with that, you're going to get on your computer and you are going to be honest about how you feel today. And you are going to record because you can do this. You can do this. So I had to accommodate that, y'all. I had to make space for it. I had to fit this in because me doing this podcast, there's a deeper why for this, right? There's a deeper why. In addition to accommodating the fight, you also have to accommodate sadness because you should. If you're not in a good space, if I was really, really bad, I would accommodate my feelings and give myself the time and space to get better. But because I wanted to fight, I wanted to do this, y'all. I wanted to fight. You know why? Because whenever I release an episode, every single time, every single week, there are people that are listening immediately. Okay? Not in 3 hours. As soon as I post, I don't know who you are, but just know that I am on this mic because of you. Whoever you guys are, I am on this mic right now because when I check my analytics, if I'm awake and it's, a certain time in the morning, I will check my analytics and I will see that somebody's listening. There is somebody who enjoys the show, who loves the show, who gets something from the show. And that is the reason why I decided to fight. And that is what I mean by accommodating the fight, accommodating yourself, accommodating your emotions, making room for it. Because there's so much more that is needed from us. And honestly, I could have just sat there and been like, no, I'm not doing it. But I wanted to fight. I wanted to do that. But how do we accommodate all of our emotions? It's not just when it's like, a fight, or to rest. There's so much in between. We have so many emotions. We have so many things that we go through within a span of 5 minutes. When I was going through this particular moment, I was thinking about 15 or 20 different things all at one time. That is a lot. This is how you spiral because it's not just one topic. It is a domino effect. It is one thing after the other. And in that moment, nothing seems right. Nothing seems right. What I will say is, no matter what I'm going through, I will never not lean on gratitude. I am very grateful that I am able to do the things that I'm doing, that I am able to breathe on my own. I am able to think on my own. I am able to have love and support. I am able to have access. My phone works, all of my electronics work. I have a car. Like, I am so grateful for so many things, and I am so grateful for love. I really am. But in this moment, y'all, it's not that I forgot about it. It's just that I just felt very heavy. I felt very heavy. And being emotional requires you to sit in it. That's what I've realized that works for me. I have to sit in it and process to see what I need. Like, what do I need to do in this moment? Do I need to be alone? Do I need to be in silence? Do I need to have music on? Do I need to put on a sermon? Do I need to phone a friend? Do I need to work? Do I need to, do laundry? Like, what do I need to do? You know? And I was also inspired to really discuss this because a few weeks ago I met with my friend and we were in Marshalls. Always in Marshalls at TJ Maxx, I'm telling you. We were in Marshalls and I was looking for a new planner. And I love the stationery at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I really do, like, just love notebooks. I just love all the positive like words in them and all that. Love it. So I'm in Marshalls, I'm looking at the notebooks, and my friend comes up to me and she's smiling, right? She's like, I found this mug. And she's like, I need to remind myself that I have a boyfriend. And I looked at her because I was looking at the books, right? So before I looked at the mug, I looked at her and I could just see the joy. Like, she's so happy. When I looked at the mug said, my boyfriend is hotter than my coffee. And there was something about that mug that really grabbed me. I looked at the mug and then I looked at her again. And she's like, I just have to remind myself, like, I can't believe I have a boyfriend. So the thing is, my friend, she loves people. She's a great person. She loves love too. But there was a moment where love was not easy for her to digest. She didn't care to hear about it. I would send her videos. She didn't care to hear about it. We both were grieving losing our parents. So that plays a part in that. And that just was something that she didn't want to hear. Right. So she got very bold and she was like, "Listen, I want love. I want to be with somebody. So I'm going to be bold and I'm going to just give guys my number. If they call me, they call me. If they don't, they don't. Whatever." And I just thought that was so boss. I'm like, "Girl." And that's what she was doing. Everywhere she went, whatever guy she saw that she thought was cute, she's like, "I'm going to give you my number." And I'm like, "You did?" So I loved how bold she was, and she did that with her current boyfriend. And they started talking, they started getting to know each other, they started dating. He literally lives right across the street from her. And it's just beautiful, right? It's really nice to see. So when I saw her and I saw how happy she was, it really made me happy. It brought me hope and it made me remember, like, wow, I know how things used to be for you when you thought about love. And when I talk to her, I want to hear about these wonderful things about her relationship. I want her to accommodate the space of love, right? Regardless of what you thought about last week, last year, it doesn't matter. In this moment, you are happy. So I am watching her and I'm literally like on the verge of tears because I remember our conversations. I remember, the struggles of dating and all of these things. So it's really nice to see that she found somebody that she loves and that she loves to be around, that respects her. She respects him. It's really beautiful to see that. And I got in the car and I couldn't stop thinking about that mug. And I'll tell you why. The reason why I couldn't stop thinking about this mug is because I love coffee. I love iced coffee. It's an experience for me. I don't drink coffee because it makes me wake up or whatever. I'm not one of those people like I need my cup of coffee in the morning. Like that's just not me. I like the way coffee tastes and I love the experience. Like it's a slow thing. And I like iced coffee to be fair. I mean, I could drink me a little hot coffee, but I like iced coffee preferably. And that mug meant a lot to me because the mug said my boyfriend is hotter than my coffee. And I said, "Oh my God, you love this man. You really love this man. You love him." Because we both love coffee. We both love coffee. So we go back to her spot and her boo lives right across the street, right? So he lives right across the street and he meets us outside. And I said, "You're gonna love her mug." And he was like, "What? Like, what is it? Something colorful?" Because she's a very eclectic, colorful type of girl. And I said, "No." I was like, "Show him the mug." So she showed him the mug, and you could see him too. He was like smiling. They were smiling. It was just cute. It was just really cute. And it's so important that we accommodate that. We accommodate the joy, right? We accommodate the love. We accommodate that. Accommodating love is something that's a bit tricky for me. However, when I'm around it, it is accommodated. Like I make space for it because I want to be present to absorb what I'm witnessing. And I think that's the most important thing that we need to do. When you are in a space of something that you've always wanted, whether it's a home, whether it's a pair of sneakers, whether it's I don't know, a bag, whether it's peace, I don't know. Whenever you're in a space where there is something that you want that you currently don't have, you really have to accommodate space to fit in with what you want, to fit in with the wishes. So in that moment, regardless of what I was thinking about before, it was not a thought. I was present, I was observant, and I was grateful to witness love, to witness joy, to witness hope, right? To witness all these wonderful things. And it was really beautiful. It was really beautiful. And the mug, back to the mug, right? So that mug really spoke to me. That mug really spoke to me. I kept thinking about it. And I'm just like, why am I thinking about this mug so much? I kept thinking about this mug. So my friend was like, "Listen, you always make things so deep. Like, I need you to get this mug, right?" So I went to the store today. And although I did not have a good day, I was really sad. I cried before I got to the store. Once I got in the store, I was looking for the mug. I went to the back of the store. They have a whole mug section, and I could not find the mug. I saw my girlfriend is hotter than my coffee. That's what I found. But I couldn't find my boyfriend is hotter than my coffee. So I'm like, damn, man. Like I'm looking in the back and I'm really triple checking because TJ Maxx, you could find a mug in the shoe section. You just never know. So I'm triple checking and whatever. I'm like, oh man, I might have to go to another store. I go to the front of the store because they have items in the front too on the sides. So I go to the front of the store on the side to the left. I look down and I see it. When I see the mug, y'all, no lie, I was a little teary eyed. I guess today was just very emotional for me. I was a little teary eyed because I do have a manifestation bin, and a manifestation bin is all the items that I purchase to put in the bin. Anything that speaks to me, I put it in a bin and I want to manifest it. So I got this mug and I'm just like, yeah, this is going to be over here because when he comes, I want to sip from it. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's just something about that mug. Like something about that mug. Coffee means a lot. Coffee means a lot to us and it's like, for me too. Well, I'm saying us cuz me and my friend, but coffee means a lot to me as well. And if I love you more than my coffee, I love you. I really do love you. I really do care. So I want to accommodate that. And in that moment, I allowed myself to be present still, right? So although I was spinning, my head was spinning, I was going through so much. What I mean by accommodating the emotion is I didn't let my circumstance block me from being present, of feeling in that moment. I was still able to smile. I was still able to process. I was still able to be hopeful. I was still able to be. And it felt really good in that moment because accommodating yourself and your emotions means, how do you accommodate joy? How do you accommodate hope? How do you accommodate faith? Faith works when things are wrong, right? Because faith is something you can't see. And that has been, ooh, faith has been challenging for me, okay? Because I have to believe in something that's currently not in front of my face. And yes, when things are like semi okay, it's very easy. But when you are pissed, when you are angry, when you are confused, when you are mad, faith is a challenge. It is a challenge. You have to believe every second that things are going to get better, things are going to be fine. And this is where the fight comes in. This is exactly what I had to do today. So, how do I accommodate faith when I'm angry? How do I accommodate joy when I see darkness? How do I accommodate love when I'm tired and I'm scared? How do I accommodate confidence when I feel insecure? You know, we talked about insecurities last week. How do I accommodate these things? How do I accommodate being productive when I want to procrastinate? You know what I mean? And I know I'm not the only person that goes through this. Like, how do we make room? How do we fit this in? How do we provide something for us that we desire, that we need? How do we do that? Accommodation is something that provides ease and comfort. When I accommodate space for love to be present in the moment, I feel calm. I feel peaceful. I feel light. I feel hopeful. If you think about it, when they say we're taking care of accommodation, when you hear that word, it's like it's taken care of. We good. You know what I mean? And we need to feel that way as well. But something that we have to work on and something else that we have to add to that is allocating, right? As well, in addition to accommodating how we feel. Y'all, when I tell you today was not an easy day for me, it was not an easy day. It was not an easy day. I really was going through it in my car. There's so many things that happens in the car. You know, there's a lot. I pray in the car. I cry in the car. I'm happy in the car. I send voice notes in my car. It's just so much that happens in the car. But it was just literally one of those days. I was really going through it. And I wanted to be really raw with what I was saying today. This is not an emotion that I was going through 3 years ago and I figured it out. This happened today. And the Save the Good Girl platform is not a platform where I'm just going to tell you how perfect I am and now I can help you. No, this is a place where we get to talk to each other. This is a place where we are trying to save the good parts within us. This is where Save the Good Girl comes in. And this is also for men as well. We're saving the good parts within us. And because I'm a person that's very intuitive, I'm very intellectual, I find depth in everything. Whatever I find that helps me, whatever is encouraging, anything that has helped me, anything that I think about that's positive and productive, I am going to share this with you guys because I feel like sometimes we just need that perspective. We just need that push. And whenever I do release an episode, somebody gets something from it. So that means that this is working. This is working. And I'm very proud and happy about that. But today was just not a positive, you know, well, I'm not gonna say the whole day, but there was a moment where it just was not good for me. It was not good. And I had to sit in that. I had to sit in that because I'm like, what is happening? I could have been fake and just did what I did and just go about my day, but that doesn't help. I think that we also need to accommodate that right there, that discomfort, that anger, that sadness, that confusion. we need to accommodate that too, because that is going to give us a guide to what we do not like and that we need to do something. Frustration is a sign that something's not working. We got to figure something out, right? If you bypass that and you just are fake with it, you're never going to fix the problem. You're never going to fix the problem. We need to know when to speak up. We need to know when to back down. And we need to know when it's time to be real with ourselves. And I realize that a lot of people, they don't like the truth. It's hard. When they say the truth hurts, that shit is like getting stabbed. I don't know what getting stabbed feels like, but I'm just saying it hurts. The truth really, really hurts. And I was talking to somebody and I suggested that they go to therapy. And I said to her, I think it would be really great for you. There's a lot of things that is going on, da da da. And she really told me, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the truth. I'm just going to deal with what was going on with what I have. And that's it. So I said, so you rather be unhappy, you rather be in this place, you rather be uncertain, you rather be in this place of confusion, you don't want to know the truth, you don't want to get better. I just don't want to deal with it. And she just like, whatever, I just want to deal with it. And I'm just like, okay. So in that instance, right, you're not cleaning the wound at all. You're putting band-aids on an open wound. You're not cleaning it. And now it gets infected. And now other people around you are getting infected because you're not taking care of this wound that you had for 20 years, for 30 years, for 15 years. The way that time is moving, y'all, the way that time is moving, it's crazy. But it's never too late for us to try. Even for me today, I'm like, I'm going to try. I'm going to push. I am going to try my best. You know why? We accommodate so many people in our lives. We accommodate our family, our friends, our children, our jobs, our cousins, our pets. We accommodate everybody. We will wake up early. We accommodate you for money. We accommodate you for time. We accommodate you spiritually. We accommodate you mentally. We accommodate you in every single way. Whatever you need, we're going to be there because we love you and we care about you and we don't want to see you in discomfort. Oh, no. So I'm going to help you in any way that I possibly can. And it's so easy for us to do that when it's not about us. But what about us? Why don't we do it for us? If you think about it, if you had an opportunity, like the best opportunity ever in whatever field you in, the best opportunity ever, okay? And they tell you, in order for this opportunity to go through, you need to be in this meeting at 7 a.m. And let's say the location is an hour away from your home. So that means by 6 or 5:45, you got to be already commuting to the spot. So that means by 4, you should be up to get ready for the 7 a.m. opportunity. Would you do that? Of course you would. Of course you would. You would plan your outfit the day before. You would do whatever you need to do to prepare yourself to be ready for this opportunity. You're not going to miss this opportunity. You're not going to miss it. So we can accommodate all of these things. We can accommodate all of these people. But for some reason, when it comes to us, it's difficult. And when you accommodate, you have to do some research to see if it's going to work. The reason why the Airbnb host was able to accommodate me is because there was nobody in the house before. There was nobody there. So therefore, he didn't have to worry about doing too much of a clean. That's why he was able to accommodate. And also, in order to properly accommodate, you also need time, meaning you have to plan ahead. I told him about this before. I could have waited last minute, but there's a possibility that they can't accommodate me now because it's too late. So we also have to consider timing. If I didn't catch myself earlier, it would have been too late. Okay. And I would have been under my covers and I would not have been productive. Y'all, I came home and I was productive. I did take my shower. I did put my body butter on. I sprayed my perfume. God, yeah, it smells so good. I sprayed my perfume. I drank my water. I had some dinner. I did a couple of clerical things. And now I'm on this mic talking to you. Okay. Because when we are accommodating, it is very time bound. You cannot wait for too long, or else the time is going to pass and things won't get done. If I did not switch my mindset, I had to fight and force myself to switch my mindset, I would not be talking to y'all right now, for sure. Absolutely not. I would not be talking to you. And when you think about accommodations, this is where the soft life comes in. This is where the body butter soft life comes in. This is where self care comes in. This is where they come in. Because in order for me to accommodate a space of productivity, a space of moving forward, a space of still feeling my feelings and getting things done, I had to incorporate a sense of self care. This is what I have to do. You can decide what that looks like for you. You can decide what that looks like for you. But for me, I'm like, I have to take a shower. I got to put my body butter on. I had to put perfume on. I had to constantly talk to myself. And while I was in the shower, I was listening to a sermon about faith. This is what I had to do to get onto the mic, y'all. It was not, oh, let me get on and record. There was so much I had to do mentally, physically, and emotionally to get on this microphone right now because I did not want to be here. I really did not. I really did not, y'all. I really did not. But I did all those things because it was worth it to me because, like I said, somebody's listening, and that is who I'm doing it for. There's somebody who's listening to this podcast episode right now, like, oh my God, I am feeling this because you're probably going through the same thing. And I'm telling you, it's a fight. There's a time to take a step back and lay down and, disassociate and get your mind right. And there's a time to fight. There's a time to, kind of distinguish between the two. Like, does this require me to fight, or do I really need a little bit of a timeout? And I can tell the difference between the two. I really can. In addition to self-care, right? So, including the self-care, the soft life, y'all, my candle is on, my perfume is on. I have to set the ambiance. We also have to do a self-evaluation. When you go to work, I don't know if every job does this, but I know that I had to do this and I did this for my team members. We had to do self-evaluations because I want to know how do you think you're doing? How do you think you're doing? Because if we're on the same page, that means that you have a really great sense of self assessment. And that means that you are more likely to perform at a higher level because you are aware. There is so much psychology that happens when it comes to work that I don't think people pay attention to it, but it's a lot of psychology. When you do the self evaluation, and you talk about what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are your opportunities, or where do you see yourself in the company, what would you like to do, da, da, da. This is a really great gauge for the manager to see how are you really assessing yourself and also to see how serious you take the job if we are considering you for promotion. So as a leader, this is what I had to do. So when my team members would do self-evaluations, I would pay attention to their responses, and I can tell from the responses whether or not they're really serious about this particular role or not, and if they're ready to move on to the next level. And the more descriptive and honest they were about their self-evaluations, the more I was able to identify whether they were ready for the next step. Why don't we do this for us? Why don't we do this for us? It's perfect. Self-evaluating ourselves. What are we really great at? What are we really, really good at? What is something that comes very easy to you? Think about that. What are certain things that you feel that you need to work on? Think about that. Why do you feel you have certain difficulties in certain areas of your life? Think about that. What is something that is holding you back? Think about that. If money was not an issue, what would you be doing right now? Think about that. When we do the self evaluation, we are accommodating and making room to being authentic. And that is something that is vital to us. We need that. We need that. So if we do it with work, if you take the mantra with work and you take the mantra with how we are, think about how effective we could be in our lives if we accommodate that. Think about that. Because if you really think about it, we're good people and we will accommodate, we will move things around, we'll shuffle things for everybody. But there has to be a moment we do it for ourselves. And today, y'all, it was all about Erica. I wasn't accommodating anybody but me. It was vital for me to get back to where I needed to be to get on the mic. So I was very particular of who I was speaking to today. I was very particular of what I was watching, what I was listening to. If it was too much, I was out of it because I'm like, nope, I have a job to do. I need to get on this mic. I need to do what I need to do. I had to accommodate, right, myself to get back to myself. Now, with accommodation, we got to talk about allocation as well. Sometimes when we have days like this, we're not the only ones dealing with these emotions. Have you ever been really upset and that anger goes onto somebody else? Where you're in a space where you're frustrated about everything. People can't ask you a question. You're irritated, you're angry, you're annoyed. You repeat yourself and you're like going crazy. Your road rage is just up exponentially. Everything is a problem. Like there is literally no solution in that moment. Sometimes that happens. And we have a tendency to allocate frustrations unevenly. And it's not right and it's not fair to the people that are around us. And we don't realize it in that moment. It's afterwards, it's where you have to apologize and say, I'm sorry, I'm just going through a lot because sometimes it just takes over and the wrath is just there. And we need to learn in that moment how to isolate that emotion from the person because what I really don't appreciate, I'll be going through whatever, but I'm not going to go to Starbucks and be rude to the barista because I'm going through something. I'm not going to do that to, people. I try my best not to do that. Usually when I'm in a space like this, I isolate because I really don't want to bring my emotions out to other people. And not isolate to the point where it's unhealthy, but isolate to the point where I'm like, I'm not in a good space and I know that I'm not in a good space. So I need to figure out what I need to do. And that's what I usually call the fight. When I know I'm not in a good space and I don't want to stay there because it is very easy for me to be depressed. I think we can all be sad quickly if we wanted to, right? And I'm not saying all of us because life is not that bad. But I think going through grief and still going through it, it's still very difficult for me. It's not an easy task. That is something that I still have to deal with and move through as much as I possibly can. And sometimes when I'm in that space and I'm in that moment and I'm not really good, I'm not really happy, it's very difficult for me to, be in a good space. So because I'm still fighting and I'm still pushing myself, it's very hard for me to be in that space and stay there because I know if I stay there, I could stay there for a very long time. Experiencing loss in that way will affect how you move. You know, going to a space where this person is not coming back. This is one of the things that was on my mind today. I'm like, wow, this is real. And I still go through that. I still go through that. So when I'm in a space like that, I know where the emotions are coming from because I took the time to be present. I took the time to check in with myself. I took the time to troubleshoot the problem. I had to accommodate a solution. I had to accommodate a solution, or else really nothing would be done this week. And when things are in a space of allocation, it really makes things smooth. Like I thought about that today. When things are allocated appropriately, the results are better and they are aligned. So, for example, if you are working on a team and you have one person who's great with the computers, one person who's great with people, and they are, they can be a great receptionist or office manager, one person who was really great with numbers, one person who was really great with visual designs, and you are able to identify the strengths of each individual, and you're giving them certain tasks. Why? Because you know that it can get done, and it will be done within a certain amount of time. And everybody gets to go home and enjoy their days and enjoy their weekends because you were able to be a leader that knows how to allocate. Being a great leader, one of the key attributes to a great leader is knowing how to disseminate tasks, how to lead and work with your team together, how to identify the strengths and opportunities within each person. That is how one of the ways you can make your business run smoothly. How do you do that if you're not paying attention? How do you do that if you're not taking the time to allocate the tasks to the right people? If I know that this person is a great tech person, why would I have them do the office manager role? Because the office manager role is for somebody else who's really great at that. So the tech person, if there's a issue with the computer, I know that this person can fix it in 2 seconds. I wouldn't be able to do that. And I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with that. So when you think about it from a work perspective, allocating things appropriately, it really helps. I feel like we need to do the same thing when it comes to our emotions. I think we need to do the same thing when it comes to how we are dealing with things, how we are moving with things. And like I said, with this platform, it's really about that. Like, how do we keep moving? Because life is very interesting. We don't know what's going to happen. A lot can change in a day. A lot can change in a minute. A lot can change in a second. A lot can change in an hour. There's so much that happens and a lot of great things happen. And I think that life is very beautiful. I think that I'm able to see God and his love through people. And I'm very grateful for that. But we do have these moments too where it's not easy. And because of this, right, because of how I was feeling today, I thought about that and I'm like, wow, I really had to make space for a solution. Like, I had to intentionally make space for that. I had to intentionally make space to allocate because it's not fair that whenever I'm speaking, I'm blowing a missile through my mouth because I'm mad at everybody. No, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at something else. So I'm not going to put that on you. I'm not going to do all of that. I try my best not to do that at least. I'm not saying that I don't do it at all. Because when you're frustrated, you're just like irritated. So I do suffer from irritability. I get very like, why are you asking me this? Like, I get very like, ugh. But I know when I'm like that, I need some time alone. I need to do my self care, put my music on, put my sermon on, something to just calm me down, laugh, call a friend, joke around, something. So there needs to be space for allocation as well. You need to know how to allocate where you are, put these emotions in different buckets. Because they're putting them all together is just, I don't think that's a good idea because one thing doesn't affect the other, right? So having an issue with your romantic partner doesn't mean you have an issue with all your friends and everybody in your life. That's really that domino effect, and it's not it's not equal. So when you think about allocation, think about it from a work perspective. Think about it in that way, and how when you allocate, when you accommodate, when you do those two things, what you're doing is you're creating ease and comfort. You're being strategic, you're being smart, and you're getting things done. Today was all about how do I get things done today? I am not in a good space, but I'm not in a bad space where I need to take a break. I'm in a space where I'm mentally fighting. It's not that I was tired. I slept well last night. It was a good day today. A lot of great things happened today. It was a mental thing. It was a mental thing. The bully was coming for me, and I didn't like that. So I had to figure out a strategic way for me to push, and accommodation and allocation were the words that came to my mind. I'm like, wow, I really have to accommodate my feelings. And literally, I told my friend that I'm like, I need to accommodate you. No, not I. I told her, you need to accommodate where you are right now when it comes to love. You need to accommodate where you are. It doesn't matter what happened, it's where you are right now. And I have to tell myself that now. Today, as I'm talking to you, I'm saying this for me too. We need to accommodate that. We need to make room for the good. We need to make room for excellence. We need to make room for the idea that things will be okay. I had to tell myself, y'all, all day, it's okay. Things will be okay. Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out. Things are going to be okay. Everything is going to work out. I constantly have to repeat this to myself, because if I don't and I take a pause, I could take a pause for a long time, and I don't want to do that. It slows down my productivity, and it slows down my why, and it slows down my mission. It slows down why I'm doing this in the first place. So I really want us to think about it in that way and understand that there's room. There's room for a lot of great things, but we really have to take the time to be present. We have to be at a place to distinguish when we need a break, when we don't. We have to know when to accommodate our emotions and where we are. We have to know how to allocate our emotions, and we have to fight. It was a fight. And I'm so grateful that I did it. I made it to the end of the episode. It's done. I'm so happy about that. And I wanted to share this to encourage you as well, because it's something that happens, it happens. And I really hope that this encourages you to continue to fight. I hope that this really encourages you to continue to accommodate yourself, put yourself at a place of ease and comfort, and also allocate your emotions and where you are for ease and comfort. Because, like I always say, you really deserve a body butter soft life. And it's time that we get it. And when we master these things, all we're doing is uplifting and promoting emotional health and wealth. I really believe that. I am so happy that I recorded this episode, because it was actually really therapeutic for me to talk about it. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I really wanted to express that regardless of what is happening in your day, when you are present in the moment, if you see something beautiful, if you are witnessing joy, if you're able to experience that, you need to accommodate space to be in that emotion for that moment. Even if it's for that moment, and then when it's over, you're back into your sadness, it doesn't matter. It's enough to hold you over when the sadness goes away, because it will, right? It's not going to stay forever. So I feel like it's really important for us to be present, be in a space where we can experience love, experience joy, experience color, experience flavors, like tasting everything. A lot of things gets affected when we are just not there. We don't see nothing, we don't taste nothing, we're not present, we don't pay attention, we don't know what's going on. So I encourage you to really accommodate those emotions, really allocate certain feelings, and to be present, and to forgive yourself, and know that it's okay to be in a space like this and you can push. I am proof, because this whole episode was a push. I came here with my notebook and I'm like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say? I don't know. But I'm happy that you guys are here. And I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, as always, I want to hear your feedback. What do you think? Let me know. I love hearing feedback. You can reach out to me on SaveTheGoodGirl.com. In the contact section, you can send me a message, or you can send me DMs on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, on Pinterest, all over social media. You can contact me. You can also send me an email at info@SaveTheGoodGirl.com. And I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts about what you thought about this, and how did it inspire you, and how do you feel, So let's do that. Let's accommodate, let's allocate, let's try. I cannot wait to talk to you guys. I'm so happy that I was able to share this moment with you. And I hope that you're able to accommodate and allocate and be present as much as you possibly can. We'll talk next week. Bye.